Yes, sir, you can start.
Okay, at the outset, I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you on this True Digital Venture X fortnightly call. It's like a broadcast that we have every fortnight. Let me introduce myself. I'm Major General Digvijay Sethia, Sena Medal and Vishisht Seva Medal. I retired from the Army in December of 2018 after having put in 40 years of service. So I am a veteran with a lot of combat experience. Though I am a engineer by profession, I am an electrical engineer, and I worked a lot on the infrastructure development in the army. Besides, I was the Director General of Land. We hold a lot of land in the army. I think we are the largest landholder after the railways in India. So I have a lot of experience on land. Presently, I am a visiting faculty at the National Institute of Finance Management in Faridabad, which is run by the Ministry of Finance. I do go and take a few classes there. I luckily got, very fortunately got associated with Sanjeev after my retirement and got along with him in this true digital startup. It's an amazing journey. It's been really an amazing journey for me. I can tell you that I also want to very proudly announce that we today have 257 startups on our platform. It's all great ideas, great technology. We get to meet young, dynamic, energetic people who, are looking at great businesses. Some of them are revenue earning, models. Some of them uh, are looking at, they just have some great ideas. But it's all technology, and the our endeavor is to whatever way we can help them with the funding. We've also, had great success. We are moving very positively in the direction of funding of some of our startups that who've been on our platform for some time now. I must say, it's very positive improvement in the last few months that we've had. Yeah, Sanjeev, you wanted to say something?
No, sir, I'm fine. We can introduce our
Okay.
guest.
Yeah. Today, we today's session, like the last one, we have the privilege of having two very distinguished personalities, who will be giving their advice or at least be a great motivation factor for the founders who are going to do their presentations here. We have Mr. Dukhbandhu Rath, a very seasoned banker, who is the Chief General Manager of State Bank of India, Ahmedabad Circle. He's risen up the ladder in the SBI, where he joined as a probationary officer in 1984. He's a certified associate of the Indian Institute of Bankers. In his checkered career, he has held various assignments in credit, human resources, and international banking. He's been the CEO of SBI in Bangladesh. He's also the member of the Institute of Directors, Delhi. He's been the general manager network. He's also been the chief general manager operations at the SBI Corporate Center in Mumbai. Mr. Rath, it's indeed an honor to have you with us on the call today, and it'll be very, very encouraging for the founders who are going to do their presentations, and also
Thank you
for
very much.
everyone who's tuned into the call today. I'm sure you're going to throw some great pearls of wisdom. We also
Thank you
have the
very much.
privilege of having Dr. Sheetal Nair, a human resources professional with experience in facilitating and training with organizations like Barclays, United Nations, Bentwood. He holds a doctorate in training and development from North Central University, Arizona. He's a MBA from Symbiosis International University and a diploma in corporate law from IIM Kolkata. He's also trained on comprehensive teaching and learning techniques from Harvard University. So, he has all the great educational qualifications. Besides that, he's a serial entrepreneur. He's the founder of DSSG Bespoke Solutions. He's also the co-founder of Satwa Foods, which is a food and beverage company. And he's also, you know, franchisee partner with T-Post, a fast-growing food startup which has almost 180 outlets spread around the country. He's also a very accomplished author. He has two published books, The Midas Touch and The Monk's Secret. He's also an author of great repute. I'll request, Mr. Rath and Dr. Nair to say a few words before I, introduce the founders who are going to do the presentations today. Mr. Rath.
Good evening, Mr. Digvijay, Sanjeev, and all the distinguished people who are, who are in the connected to the today's discussion. As I think Mr. Digvijay has been very generous in his introduction. I have nothing more to add. I am a career banker, as he has very rightly said. My total exposure in the banking industry is around 39 years. In fact, I started my career pretty early. Out of 39 years, 3 years were with Central Bank, General Insurance Corporation, and another bank. And 36 years I was with SBI. I have been privileged to get an opportunity to work in almost all the assignments that the bank could offer, both in India and also abroad. And my last assignment was in Ahmedabad, where I was heading Gujarat and 3 union territories with a balance sheet size of 2.4 lakh crore and also with a team strength of almost 14,000 in Gujarat. And in fact, immediately after my superannuation, I was with Government of Gujarat as Managing Director of Gujarat Venture Finance Limited for a period of 1 year. And let me share with you that Venture Finance Limited, Gujarat Venture Finance Limited, is the oldest venture finance company in the country. Both state and central sector taken together. That was a great learning opportunity for me, and we have supported good startups. And during the 1 year that I was with the government, and obviously whatever I have learned, in my professional journey, obviously I think I would like to share that with the people who would be making the presentations, and obviously who are also connected to today's discussion. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sanjeev, for inviting me to this session. Thank you.
May I request Dr. Sheetal Nair also to, may I have missed out on some of his great accomplishments.
That's really kind of you, sir. But thank you once again to Mr. Sanjeev Sinha for according me this opportunity to come and listen to the pitches. And thank you, Major General Sethia sir, for a wonderful introduction. So you haven't missed anything. I think you've covered everything and more. Thank you for your really kind words. The thing is that I myself, once upon a time, probably 10 years ago, went across this entire rigmarole wherein I shared my story with Sinha sir that I also went across to VCs looking for fund. I made pitch decks. I've been doing that for the past 10 years, and today I'm a proud owner of an organization which employs 6,500 people across the country. So yes, I do know a bit about the ecosystem of startups. I have been involved heavily into this, and I would love to understand how young organizations or organizations who are entering this startup field, how they would like to evolve in this ecosystem. And yes, if at all I can be, my knowledge or my experiences can help them, I would love to be a part of this. So thank you once again for the opportunity. I'm sure it will be a mutual give and take here that's going to happen. Thank you.
Okay, we have, thank you so much, Mr. Rath and Dr. Nair. We have two startups. Again, as always, we have a wonderful, very wonderful people who are going to do the presentations today. First, we have Mr. Vijay Shiragopal, who is the Indian representative of Techno Carbon Technologies. They are into the manufacture of new generation materials, which will be, I understand, kind of substitutes for steel and concrete. These are low carbon natural materials, and this startup is in the clean technology space. We'll hear everything about this and the business model, more importantly, from Mr. Vijay himself. Second, we have Mr. Kevin, the founder and CEO of My Protection First. they have a platform called My Safe Place, which dwells into safety technology for breakdown-free world. Sounds very, very interesting, and we listen to the details from Mr. Kevin himself when he does the second presentation. Before we, start with the presentations of the founders, I just like to lay a few ground rules. Firstly, that we'll give about 20 minutes to each founder to do the presentation. I'll request everyone to put themselves on mute while the presentations are on. Secondly, we'll give some time after the presentations are over for question and answers. And I'll request that, anything that you want to ask the founders, it's best that you have a direct interaction with them now on the call. Otherwise, you can write a mail to us at ceo.startup.com. Then we will forward your query to the founder and we will be able to get back to you. We have a lot of investors who keep quiet during the presentation. That's my experience of the last so many calls that we made. And then they maybe after some time they want to ask some intricacies of the business or the intricacies of the idea. Then they connect with the founders directly. So don't, if after the presentation, if there are no question answers, there's nothing to get disheartened. Some people will approach you subsequently after the call today. Secondly, like Sanjeev said before we started the call, let me start the video recording. We've been doing it for the last two calls now. We record the call for two purposes. One is that we maintain a record of any commitments that are made. Secondly, we put it on the YouTube. You may have missed out some, again, intricate details of what the presenter has made. And besides that, we will also have to, if you want to revisit what the founder has said of this about the startup, you can go to the go and watch it on the YouTube. It's available in the past events on our website. I'm sorry, because I'm on a phone, the video gets disconnected whenever there's a call. And lastly, I would also like to say that we have opened up our program, which is the franchisee program, because we want to proliferate into the tier 2 and 3 cities. So we've had a great response for that. We've got a lot of inquiries and applications, forms that have come to Sanjeev. We will be sifting all those and we will be taking them ahead. This is, because we can't ourselves connect with the startups in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. And a lot of great ideas are coming from these cities. So we have this franchisee program. The forms available on the website. If there's anyone who's interested, you can fill up the form and we will connect with you. So we can have the presentations now, Sanjeev, or